So Hadoop developer functions. And next is MapReduce architecture. So I already discussed like MapReduce word count architectures and partitioner combiner. Okay, the various concepts. So next component is Hive. So Hive is a SQL data warehouse tool. SQL data warehouse tool. So when we start with the Hive architecture, right? So Hive is having a lot of different components are there in the Hive. Okay. So if we start with the Hive, so Hive is a SQL data warehouse tool, and Hive is having Hive CLI. So Hive CLI is a Hive command line interface. The command line interface, like it's kind of SQL you see SQL have the SQL prompt is there. So Hive is giving Hive prompt. Okay. So Hive is providing Hive CLI. Okay, this is called Hive CLI. So where we can, it is an interactive shell. It is interactive shell, and you can write command, and you can get the result immediately, and get the result immediately. Okay. So that is your Hive shell. Okay. Another component in Hive is basically having parser. Okay, parser is there, compiler. So first comes parser, okay, which is parsing your query. Okay, parser and compiler, and then execution engine. So Hive execution engine. Okay. So whenever you are giving a query on the Hive shell, right? When you give a SQL query, you say select star from my table. Okay, this is just a sample query. Select star from my table. I want to get all the record of my table. So first, what it will do, it will parse the query. Like it will get out of this query, right? The select part is there, the fields are there. If I'm not giving the fields, so I'm giving a star here. I want all the fields, and this is the table name. If I have a where condition or group by condition, having clause, so it will parse it. Okay, query will be parsed first. Query will be parsed, and once this parsed, it will be compiled. It will be compiled. So compiled means it will be checking the syntax, right? Suppose this from you have written like form one, right? But this is not a correct syntax, right? So your query will give the compilation syntax error, right? So you will get the error, your table clause, right? Where the table is there, so this keyword is wrong. Okay. So it will be compiled if query has a wrong syntax. So syntax will be validated in the compilation. The query is validated from syntax point of view. So your query should have the correct syntax. Okay. So after compilation, parsing, compilation, and then the Hive execution engine. So this Hive execution engine is Hive database execution engine. It will run your query. Okay, execution query. So it will run the query, and because the data is being fetched from the query from the files. So in the backend, the database is stored in the Hadoop file system as a file. So this table is like basically when you create a table, right? The create table command is there. Then we create a create table, my table, and then we specify the fields, right? Like name is a string type field. Okay, so here is the data type is string. Okay, if I say ID is integer type, age is integer type. Okay, so this create table command, and we have to use here row format third. Okay, field terminated by comma. This is the default delimited character. Field terminated. Fields terminated by comma. Fields terminated by comma. So if my file is having comma delimited character, so it will parse my file data. Okay, and if I have a location, so I can say location keyword. Okay. So here I will tell about, right, how many types of table is there. So this is by default is if I'm not giving an external keyword, So this table is called internal table. This table is internal table. How it is internal? Because I'm not using any external keyword in this table. When I use external keyword in the same table, then it will become a external table. Okay. So there are some advantage, or I will tell about what is like when we use internal table and when we will use the external table. So first we are understanding, like when we are creating a table, like table is parse, compile, and table like query, like basically query will be executed. Okay. And it will be fetching the result, fetching result from backend file, and giving output as tabular data. So table is returning a tabular data like row and columns. Okay, rows and columns. These all basically simple SQL queries, like fundamentals, right? Okay, nothing is new because Hive is completely as a SQL tool, right? Okay, but Hive is more than the SQL because Hive is giving more features as compared to SQL. Okay. But whatever you can do in the SQL, you can do in Hive. Okay, that is possible. Okay. So once your compiled query and your result will be given to the output. Okay, it will be giving as an output. Okay, so these are the three more component. Apart from that, Hive is having Metastore DB. Metastore DB is a database, a separate database, a separate database is used to store metadata about the tables. Store metadata about tables. Okay. So simply I can say this database, this Metastore DB is storing your table information. Okay. So suppose I say my table is a type of internal table or external table. So internal table is managed table. Internal table is another name is managed table. Managed table. Because these tables are in the Hive warehouse directory. So you know about there is a directory user Hive warehouse directory. The warehouse directory is the internal directory for storing the data for internal table. So managed table or internal table both are same. Okay, and these tables are stored in warehouse directory. Okay, and external table, like we use the external keyword and provide the location. So these will be also in Hadoop file system, but outside the warehouse, anywhere in Hadoop file system, anywhere Hadoop file system except the warehouse directory. Okay. So suppose I say my location is, my Hadoop directory is test directory, and this test directory, I create a my table folder, and there I will give my location. So if I copy my file here, if I copy my file in this location, so my table will get populated data from this location. Okay, so this is create external table. When I'm creating an external table, I will provide a location. For internal table, I don't need to provide location. Automatically, the location will be taken as a warehouse directory. It is clear so far? Like we are small concepts going to the deeper. Okay. So if anyone has question, can ask me, right? If anything, like you are not clear, right? Because if you don't ask me questions, so I will not come to know, right? Okay. You are getting completely. Okay. So, so if you are talking about the components, right? Okay. So one component is in the Hive architecture. So when I'm explaining the Hive architecture, so Hive architecture, I have to explain Hive component. So Hive CLI is a one interface component. Another one is a like a parser, compiler, Hive execution engine, Hive Metastore DB, and Hive is having a one thrift server. Okay, what is this thread server? So we know we are sometimes connecting our Hive database. So I'm connecting my Hive database from the some other operating system, okay, like Windows. Okay. So when I want to interact from other operating system, okay, like Windows. So one thread server. So this server name is called in Hive server 2. The server name is called in Hive. The thread server is called Hive server 2. So Hive server 2 is a thread server, and this is basically provide a integration. Okay, provide integration from Windows to Linux, right? Like basically you can get get the data from some JDBC application, Java application, okay, running in Windows, okay. You can get the result. You can get result from Hive in Linux, okay. So this kind of conversion is possible by thrift server. So thrift server is using internally thrift protocol. So thrift protocol. So thrift is not proprietary of Hive only. Thrift is in Spark also there. Thrift in HBase also there. So thrift is a general protocol, and thrift is making a compatibility between two different types of language or operating system where the communication need to happen. That is done by the thrift protocol. Okay. So thrift server support is there in the Hive. Okay. So thrift protocol is used to communicate. Protocol is used to communicate cross platforms and cross language. So that purpose is the thrift protocol is used. Okay. So these are the component. Okay. And these component are the basically making a Hive architecture. Now next thing we comes, generally Hive is I'm telling a SQL tool. So you will be aware of, right? There is a different SQL queries operations are there, right? DDL is there, data definition language, data manipulation language, okay, data control language, right? Permission related. So data definition language, you will be dealing with the create tables syntax, like create table, create view, okay, or something like a alter you are doing, okay, alter table, okay, alter view is not alter. So alter any other things, like whatever the objects, right, you are creating, you can create an alter. Okay, alter, you can do alter table, add column. Okay, you can add a new column or alter table, drop column. So these are all right syntax, basically SQL syntax. Okay, and DML is a data manipulation language. So here, like update or delete command related you are doing. Okay, insert, update, delete. So insert, update, delete. So this is all called CRUD operations. CRUD, CRUD. So CRUD is create. Create means you are inserting something. Read, that is your select statement. Okay. Select is read. Okay. So CRUD, create, read, update. So update is a update statement. Okay. And delete is a delete statement. So in Hive, right, we are doing the SQL queries CRUD operation, right? Either we are creating a record in the table, we are creating a table, or we are creating a record in the table, or we are reading the record in the table, we are updating the record in the table, or we are deleting the table or deleting the record. Okay. So those all commands are the basic SQL queries command. I will give those tutorial, right? We can start SQL parallelly. But Hive, we will not be doing basic SQL because we know we are learning SQL, right? Here in Hive, we have to understand, and data control language is basically grant and permission command. Grant command, grant, the revoke, right? Somebody's permission you want to revoke it. So that is a revoke permission is there. Okay, so these things we can do with the DML, DDL, DML, DCL. Okay. So when we come to the Hive, we start the concept of internal and external data. Okay? So Just very carefully you understand. So hive internal table. Okay. So hive internal tables are called managed table. I already described that. Okay. So hive is called managed table. Okay. Internal tables are called managed table. So when you are creating a table without external keyword, without external keyword while creating table, the table will be internal table. So there is a one drawback in this internal table. It is like the internal table is more secure, but if somebody got access of internal table, he can delete the table and data both. Okay. So when you drop table, when you drop internal table, not table, internal table, your data and schema. Actually, two things are there in the table. Okay. One is the data, which is stored in file. Okay. Which is coming in your table, right? Second thing in the table is schema. Schema is like tables, like we can say the fields, table fields, right? So we are populating the table fields from the file. So that is called your schema. Okay. If first when we create a table with schema. So when we create table, we create a table with schema. Okay. We define the fields, right? Once a table is created, we have to load the data into table. In Hive, generally in the SQL databases, you are not loading the data from the files. You are mostly loading the data from table to table, right? Okay. But in Hive, we have both the options. We can load the data from files, or we can load data from table to table. Load data in table from table to table. So from one table to another table we can load. There is a insert into table command as well, from table to table. So there is a insert into command you will use. Okay. And here when you are loading data from the file, you will use load data command, load data local in path. Okay. So this command you will use. So you need to understand when to use load data command and when to use insert into table command. Insert into table command when you are loading data from table, and when you are loading data from file, you have to use this command. Okay. I will show you complete steps. Okay. First, we are talking about here when we drop internal table, your data and schema both will be deleted. Okay. So it's very careful, right? If you are dropping any internal table, so you will not get back your data and schema both. Okay. Because data and schema both are deleted in case of internal table. This is a design. Okay. So this is not in our control why this design like that. Okay. So they have designed like this way, right? The table will be, the data and schema both will be deleted. But generally, when you are working in companies, you will not get the access of managed table, because this managed table are in warehouse directory. So these managed tables are in warehouse directory. So the warehouse directory access we don't have. We don't have access. Okay. In real time. Okay. So generally we create most of the time external table. External tables we create. So even if you drop the data, if you drop the table, okay, when we drop external table, okay, only schema will be deleted. Only schema will be deleted, but not data. Okay. So if schema is only deleted, okay, so it means like you can recreate table again, right? Because your data is in place. Data is in the same place. It is not gone anywhere. So data will stay on the same place. Suppose my data is on this location. Okay. And I deleted this external table, my table. So my table, once I delete it, again I will copy paste this command and run it. My data and table both will be associated. Okay. So this is kind of association or de-association. Okay, but actual thing is only schema is deleted and your table is detached. Okay, data is detached. Now, once you create table again on the same location, you say the same location, again your table will attach with your schema. Okay, so that's basically external table. So this is a main difference between the managed table, internal table, or external table. So only schema will be deleted, but not the data. We can recreate table with same location. Okay. So in external table, one more thing is there. External table, if you don't pass the location, what will happen? Generally, we say external table should have the location, right? But in some scenarios, if I don't give this location, so the external table will go also warehouse directly. Okay. But the rule is rule, right? Okay. If the table goes in warehouse directory, but external table means the data will be not deleted. Okay. Even though it is in the warehouse directory. Okay. But if you have given the location, so this location will be outside the warehouse directory. So generally, when we create external table, we always give the location. That is best practice. Okay. But in sometimes, like suppose you don't give the location, so your table will automatically go to the warehouse directory because that is the default location if you don't provide the location. Okay, it will not give the error. It will not give the error. Okay, this is external table. You can't create external table without location. It will not give error. So this is the basic concept difference between internal table, external table. I will show you the practical of the internal table, external table, how to drop the table, how it will be recreate again table, right? So those things we can see. It is clear so far. Anyone has any issue? Um, any question? It's clear all so far. Anyone? Can anyone tell what is the difference between the internal table and external table? Can anyone speak? Just one line statement. Anyone can speak?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me, Arvind? Hello? Yeah, so basically internal table is created automatically without giving any external keyword, and it is created in the warehouse directly. Apart from that, when we use the external keyword, the external table is created, but if we do not give the location, it automatically gets created in the warehouse directly.
Location or not location you're giving. Okay, this is not a difference. Difference means something is there, something is not there. Like that is making a difference, right, between two. Hmm. Can you go through this statement? What is this? Hmm.
So when we drop the internal table, your data and the schema will be deleted. But if we drop the external table, just the schema is deleted and not the data. The data is just detached. And then when another external table is created in the same location, it's again attached. The data is again attached to it. I hope I got the explanation right.
The data is pointing to the table, it is pointing to the table like it is already there. But sometimes the data is not there in the new table. When we are creating a new table, in that case, we have to use load data command. Okay, I will show that one. Okay. These fundamentals are very important, like in terms of practical as well as like when you are speaking theoretically, right? So the concept and you should know clear difference. Okay, because this further will be doing the partitioning. Okay, so partitioning you can easily like partitioning is a little different concept, but internal table and external table is a very basics or fundamental concept of Hive. Okay. So when you start the Hive, you create a one database, okay? Because if you have not created database, so you create database, same command like you use a MySQL or other SQL database. So I'm just creating a like database, MySQL create database testing. And this database, how to use it? The use command is there. We all know, right? This use command is like use testing, then we can use the database, right? If I don't use this use testing, then every command I have to give the database name, right? Okay, I'm creating a table, database name dot table name I have to give. But when I have already used the database, so create table, you can directly give create table. Otherwise, if you are not use the database and in the particular database you want to create a table, so you have to give like this, create database dot database name dot table name. Like this you have to use. Okay, but if you have already used the database, so you don't need to specify again and again database. Everybody is familiar with the Hadoop command. Those who are already attending sessions, right? Hadoop fs minus cat command, get command, put command, because these all command need to you have to do while checking, right? Like whether table is created or not, whether data is loaded or not. So this kind of statement we have to use. So we should know all the Hadoop fundamentals command, Hadoop developer command, Hadoop file system command. So first, what we need to start, if I want to use Hive, what I need to start? I need to start
Start
Hadoop.
Hive, Hadoop.
Because Hadoop is having Hadoop file system, and you know Hive is using Hadoop file system, whether it's an internal table or external table, both are using Hadoop file system. Only difference is internal table is going to the particular warehouse directory. Otherwise, external table is going to the some outside warehouse directory, whatever directory you provide. We have to start Hive. So Hive shell will come. Okay. So this is a command line to Hive shell, but we can connect some Hive to some client tool also. You know, right, in MySQL, there is a MySQL workbench is there, right? Okay, and this issue you will get it if you immediately start Hive within a 30 second, you will get this error, name node is in the safe mode. Okay, generally when we start Hive after the 30 second, this error will not come. So generally what happens when the Hadoop is starting, Hadoop service is starting. So initial 30 second is in the Hadoop is in the safe mode. You can't run any command. Okay. Even any mkdir command, put command, you cannot use. Okay. So there is a way we can bring out of the safe mode. So SDFS, DFS admin, this is the admin command, DFS admin minus safe mode leave. Okay. So either you wait for 30 seconds or you use first made your safe mode off, because right default is safe mode on for 30 seconds. So once you make it this one, now you run, will work. Even 30 seconds is done, even you will not get the error. Okay. But you seen that I quickly run the Hive command, right? Just after my Hadoop start. So we have to wait for that. Okay. So now you see my Hive shell is coming. Now I want to see show database. How many databases are already there? So these many databases already there. So I create a new database. Database name I captured. So now I have to use this database. which will show you in which database. Otherwise, you can't know, right? Here, can you know in which database you are right now? You cannot know, right? Can you see here what is coming here? It is telling you in which current database you are right, because you selected this database. Whatever database you have used, after that you can find the command. You run this command, this one, can check in which database you are current. Okay, so you don't need to again use command. Okay, so you should confirm it, right? Which database you are right. Okay, okay. After that, now I can start table. Now, if you see show tables, any table will be there or not? There will be no table, right? Because I have created just a database, right? I have created a just new database. Okay, now I'm going to create a one table. Create. Okay, I say table. I'm not creating an external table. First, I'm going to create internal table. Okay, I say new table. T is an integer type. I have written row format survey. Okay, so this is syntax, right? Basically, for creating table in Hive, we can create a table without row format survey and field delimited character. But that table, right? Okay, because if you are using, then we can pass the file. If you are not giving that, so any file we cannot load that table. So if you want to load the file into the table manually, if you want to insert record, so if you write this table syntax, this is also fine. Okay. And if you want to insert the data, insert into my table, same like MySQL you do. ID is one and name is test. So this is the one record. The values will come. So values. This will be inserting data, but it is using some map reduce job. Okay. So here, Hive is not for single record data, like this kind of data insertion. Generally, Hive we are loading thousands, millions, okay, or 100,000 records, right? Bulk data, okay. And I have already discussed about that, like data loading is faster because it is not checking any schema while loading the data, okay. So if you are just simply to insert into command, you can do without row format survey. If you do select star from my table, you will get the record. If you want to see the schema of the table, DESC my table. Okay? So you can see ID and name is there. There is a one command is there, show create table. Show create table, you can see the create table syntax of your table. Okay? My table. So this is a Hive specific command. Okay. This is not running in the SQL. Okay. So you can see this command will be showing you the table name, showing the field, and this is automatically created this table syntax, right? Okay. So you can see here, this is some default survey, it has automatically taken. If I'm not giving any survey type, automatically it will be taking a lazy simple survey is taken. Okay. But if I want to create my table, so I can give row format survey and fields terminated by comma. If I want to read the data from text file, comma delimited file. And can you see this table is an internal table and where it gone? User Hive warehouse directory. And there it created your DB folder. What is your DB folder name? Your DB name .db. Whatever your database name .db and your table is created. And this is your internal table is created. Okay. Now let's see if I drop this table, what happens? My table. Okay, I drop the table. So let's see show create table command I gave. Or first we do select star from table. So select star from table, my table I gave. So there is no table with this schema. It will be saying table not found. Okay, so schema wise, table is dropped, right? Now let's see data wise. Okay, so if I check this table location, so either we can check with the show create table, my table. So it will be saying table not found. Okay, so there is a way we can run Hadoop command here. You know, right? There is an exclamation mark you do, and you write here Hadoop fs minus ls and this guide. This will be showing you the Hadoop command data. So you are saying Hadoop fs minus ls. I want to see inside this my table what is there. Okay, but right now this will be not found because when you drop the table, your table is schema is dropped as well as the location is also dropped. So if you check, you will get till DB. Okay, so DB location is there. DB will not be deleted because this is a database, but there is no other table. There is no other table. That is the reason you are able to see there is nothing coming. Okay. Okay, let's see one table we create. Create table. Row format. One more thing. If this table is created, if you verify check show create table in my table. So it is the same, right? Okay. So but this time the I have created my own row format and the field delimited character and the comma delimited is my field delimited character. Okay. So now I want to load the data from some file. Okay. So I will create a some file. So I will be creating a some file test.txt, and first field is the ID, second one is the test, some name field, test one, the sample data I'm creating, test two, input. Okay. Now this file is the location, this is the location. So I want to load the data, not manually, right? I'm loading the data from the file. Load data, local in path, and then I give the location slash home slash my username slash hive test slash test.txt. This is the location of the file. Whatever it is, I give in test.txt. And into table, table name. Table name is my table. Into table, my table. Okay. So now data is loaded. Okay. Can you see that how much fast is there? I just did the 3 record. Even if you have 50,000 record, it will take fractions of seconds. Because it is data insertion is faster because it is not checking the schema. Now, if I want to check the table, select star from my table, so I will get the record. Okay. So this is also internal table, but difference is I loaded data through file. I didn't load the data manually, right? Okay. So I loaded data from the file and load data local path command is there. So if I show you like Hadoop command, what is there in this location? So if I go to this user warehouse hive location, if I check this location, okay. So I'm checking this location, some file, whatever file is ls will come, Hadoop fs means ls. So I will see in this location, my file is copied. The same file, whatever file is here, that file is copied. So hive, what hive is doing? Hive is internally putting the file. Okay. So hive is internally putting the file in the location. So if I do the same thing, then you don't need to use the load data command. Okay. So what I do, if I remove this command, this file, okay, I do fs minus rm, I will rm command and I will remove this file. So if I remove this file, you will see your data will be removed from the table. Okay. If I remove this file, okay, now I do select star from my table. Right? You will see data is gone. There is no, even the file is not there. If I do Hadoop FSLS, my file is not there. So it means file and data both are directly related. If file is there, data will come. If file is not there, data will not come. So I'm doing another thing. I will copy Hadoop FS minus put command, Hadoop FS, or I can run the command here also. Okay. Hadoop FS minus put. And what is my location? The file is on the same location. So test.txt. And what is my Hadoop directory? I will paste Hadoop directory. So here I will give my table location. I will enter here. My file is copied. Now I verify the file here, my table. My file is there. Now I do the select query. My data is not. So file and table, right? File and data and table both are related, right? So and drop table, when I do drop table, my table. So if I check my this location, right? My table is gone. Because my table folder also deleted, right? Because data is associated with this table folder, right? So that is gone. If I create a same table as an external table, when I say I want to create an external table, this table, same table, I'm going to create as an external table. So what I'm going to do, I'm creating an external table. Table, my table, and I'm giving the location, and I'm giving location, whatever location you want to give, it will create that location automatically. You don't need to create this directly. My bad, 2024 dash, I gave some test location. So my table is created. Now, if I check this location, if I check my location, Hadoop fs minus ls, this location is empty because just now I created 402. If I check this location, this is empty because table is empty. Still the data is not loaded. Okay? If I show the my table, that is also empty. So same thing, two ways are there. Same two ways. Like Hadoop load data local path command you can use. Okay. So that you can run this command load data local in path. This one. So here you have to your input file on the same location. Your input file is on the same location. Just you are copying into the my table. Okay. So you don't need to worry about where the table is there. Location you are not worrying. Okay. So you just check your table, external table. So my table data is there. Okay. If you drop this table, my table. Okay. Now, first I check whether table is there or not. Select star from my table. So your table is removed. Now we verify the data because our main purpose to verify data. So if I check the data, the data is on this location. Hadoop fs minus ls. That is the location I captured for the data. This one, my batch, this one. So this location, I will check. If I'm checking in Hadoop, so I have to give exclamation. So check. This data is still there. The data is not gone. Again, I create a table back. I'm creating a table back. Same command. Okay. This is the same location. And table name you can give the same or different, doesn't matter. So now again your data and table both are associated. Now if you see the select star from my table, even you have not loaded data because data is already present on the same location. Now the data is there, right? Now the second thing is like suppose this data I want to load from Hadoop fs put command. Okay, so how to do that? Okay, so if I drop table, a recreate table, and I drop I give the different location because I want to create a table. I want to create a table with the different location. So I will load the data. I will create a new table and new location. Both I'm giving you. So here there will be data. No data, right? This is a different location. My table one. So this table have no data. Now I will use my Hadoop fs put command. Okay, but this time I will give the external location. What is the external location? This external location I will give to copy the file in this location by using the Hadoop command. I will copy the file. I copy the file. So file is copied. Okay. Now I will just use select star from table again. Now I'm going to get the table. So it is clear, right? I showed you how to create table, how to remove table, how to drop table, how to recreate table, internal table, external table, right? All these things. Okay. So you have to do practice for this, right? Like create tables and then you have to drop table and then recreate table, right? So syntax, maybe you cannot remember. I will give the syntax all in the one file, but you have to repeat again and again. Okay. Anybody has any question? I will share this video and file. Okay. So you can start practice for this internal and external table. If anybody has question, can ask tomorrow the start of the session.